Hello friends, once again I welcome you all in this video tutorial series on the subject of management accounting. So far we have studied two examples on the cash budget which might have helped you to build your understanding regarding the preparation of cash budget. In the previous two examples we observed a situation where the firm was having cash surplus. But for today's video tutorial, I deliberately chosen a problem wherein the firm experiences cash deficit. As in one of the earlier video, we have already discussed that the cash budget is basically prepared to know if there is cash surplus or cash deficit with the firm in a particular budget period. If there is a surplus of cash, the firm can carry out his business activities smoothly. If there is deficit of cash, the firm is required to make necessary arrangement to keep his business activities, to run his business activities in a smooth manner. Therefore, if the firm encounters cash deficit in a budget period, the firm can opt for bank overdraft. As in the earlier video, we have discussed that in a receipt and payment method, the firm prepares cash budget for a short period of time. And if you require cash for a short period of time, it is very suitable to opt for bank overdraft. As, as you know, that bank overdraft is a facility provided by the banks to its customers who are having good credit worthiness. Under this facility, the firm, despite having no money in his bank account, can withdraw money up to a certain limit. So let us now we shall move towards our example. In example, we have been asked to prepare the cash budget for the months of May, June and July 2014 on the basis of the given forecasts regarding income and expenditures. In the example, we have been given credit sales, credit purchases, wages, and sundry expenses for the months of March, April, May, June, July, and August. Also, we have been given some additional information wherein it is said that the firm is having cash balance on 1st May 2014 of rupees 1,80,000. Next, the plant costing rupees 1,76,000 is due for delivery in June and payable 20% delivery and the balance after 3 months. Next additional information is the period of credit our suppliers months. Then next, the period of credit allowed is 1 month. It means that we have allowed our customers to pay the amount of goods and services they received from us after 1 month. Wages to be paid the same month. It means we have to pay the amount of wages to our workers in the same month. Lag in payment of sundry expenses is 1 month. It means the amount of sundry expenses is paid after 1 month. Next, advance tax of rupees 95,000 paid in June. The advance tax is paid in March and June, which amounting to rupees 95,000. Next is in case of cash deficit, an arrangement of overdraft with the bank can be made. Okay, so deliberately we have chosen the example in which the arrangement of bank overdraft is made where the firm encounters cash deficit. So after understanding the example, let us prepare the cash budget. The very first item that we take while preparing the cash budget is opening cash balance. The cash balance with the firm as on 1st May 2014 rupees 1,80,000. So we have to mention this 1,80,000 as a opening cash balance on May 1st. So after taking opening cash balance in the month of May, we have to move towards the estimated cash receipts. The very first estimated cash receipt is credit sales. Friends, credit sales have been given for the months of March to August 2014, and we have been given one additional information regarding the credit sales. What is that additional information? The information is the period of credit allowed to customers is 1 month. It means that our customers do not pay immediate payment of goods and services they received from us. Rather, they pay the amount of money after 1 month. For example, the payment of credit sales in the month of March will be received in the month of April. Likewise, as we are preparing the cash budget for the budget period of May to July, so we are concerned with May, June and July, these 3 months, because we are preparing the cash budget for these 3 months. So in the month of May, we are receiving the amount of credit sales which are given in the month of April. Okay, so we will receive 3,62,000 in the month of May. Likewise, in the month of June, we will receive the amount of credit sales which are given in the month of May, and likewise we will receive the amount of 3,55,000 in the month of July, because after 1 month of credit period we will be receiving the amount of credit sales. So likewise, the amount of credit sales for the month of May, June and July will be rupees 3,62,000, 3,68,000 and 3,55,000 respectively. Then, so in the problem we have been given only one receipt, that is credit sales. There is no any other receipts, estimated cash receipts. So we shall move forward towards the estimated cash payments. The major chunk of cash is used towards the payment of credit purchases. There is one additional information regarding the credit purchases. What is that additional information? The period of credit allowed by suppliers is 2 months. It means that our suppliers has allowed to pay the amount of credit purchases after 2 months. So this credit period we have to consider while taking the amount of credit purchases in the cash budget for these 3 months. So we have to consider that which month's amount will be paid in the month of May, June and July. So considering the credit period of 2 months, the payment of credit purchases in the month of March, that is 3,36,000, will be made in the month of May. So in the month of June, the payment of credit purchases in the month of April, that is 3,40,000, will be made. Likewise, in the month of July, the payment of 3,42,000 rupees will be made. So likewise, we have to take these amounts in the month of May, June and July, and these amounts will be 3,36,000. The payment of credit purchases will be made in the month of May, and the amount is rupees 3,36,000. In the month of June, the credit purchases amounting to rupees 3,40,000 will be paid, and in the month of July, the credit purchases amounting to rupees 3,42,000 will be made. So likewise, we have to consider the credit period, and the respective amounts will be shown in the month of the period in which the cash budget is prepared. So after credit purchases, the next item of expenses is wages. So we have been given one additional information regarding wages. What is that additional information? The information is wages to be paid to workers in the same month. It means that whatever month-wise expenses regarding the wages are given, they are paid in the same month. Okay. So in the month of May, June and July, which is our budget period, the payment of 85,000, 87,000 and 86,000 will be made respectively. So after taking the wages, the payment of wages, the next item of expense is sundry expenses. So let us see if there is any additional information regarding the sundry expenses. Yes, there is one additional information regarding the sundry expenses. What is that? The information is lag in payment of sundry expenses is 1 month. It means that sundry expenses of the same month will be paid in the next month. For example, the amount of sundry expenses in the month of March, which is 86,000, will be paid in the month of April. So the sundry expenses in the month of April will be paid in the month of June. So likewise, the payment of sundry expenses in the month of May, June and July will be made, and the amounts will be 80,000, 90,000 and 82,000 rupees respectively. So next expenses is payment of plant. So in the additional information it is given that we have purchased one plant costing rupees 1,76,000 and it is due for delivery in June, and 20% amount is payable at delivery and the balance after 3 months. So we have to consider the payment which we are making at the time of delivery, that is 20% of 1,76,000, and it is made in the month of June, and the balance payment will be made after 3 months. So after 3 months, it means we are not considered with this payment because we are preparing the cash budget for the month of May, June and July. So remaining payment will be made after this budget period. So we will take only 20% amount which is paid at the time of delivery, and the amount is 35,200 rupees. So the next item of expense is advance tax. Okay, so advance tax of rupees 95,000 payable in March and June. So the month of March is not the part of our budget period. Our budget period is May, June and July. Therefore, we are considered only with the month of June. So in the month of June, we are supposed to pay advance tax of rupees 95,000. So we have to take the payment of advance tax which is 95,000 rupees. So after considering all the amounts regarding the expected receipts and expected payments, we are required to pay, or it is necessary for us to find out the closing cash balance. So let us make the total of opening cash balance and estimated cash receipts. So total of opening cash balance and estimated cash receipts will be 5,42,000. So after making the total of cash balance and total receipts, we are supposed to make the total of estimated cash payments. So the total of estimated cash payments is 3,01,000 rupees. So after making the total of receipts and payments, we can make, or we can identify the closing cash balance. Okay, after deducting the total cash payments from the total cash receipts, we get closing cash balance. So the closing cash balance is 2,41,000. So the closing cash balance for the month of May will be the opening balance for the month of June. So the opening balance at the beginning of June will be rupees 2,41,000. So we shall make the total of opening cash balance and total receipts. It will be 6,09,000 rupees. Then the total of estimated cash payments is 5,17,000. So the total of receipt is more than the total of estimated cash payments. So there will be cash surplus of rupees 92,000. So this 92,000 will be taken as opening balance in the month of July. So let us observe first that if there is cash surplus or cash deficit, if we observe carefully, we will find that the total of receipts and opening cash balance is less than the total of estimated cash payments. So let us see. So the total of estimated cash payment is 6,40,200 and the total of opening cash balance and receipt is less. So the total of receipt and opening cash balance is of less by 1,93,200. So it means that prima facie it can be observed that there is cash deficit of rupees 1,93,200 rupees. So as it is said in the illustration itself, that if there is cash deficit, the firm has to make the arrangement of bank overdraft. So the cash deficit is 1,93,200. So that's why it is taken here that bank overdraft is 1,93,200. If we take the bank overdraft, the total of cash payments, estimated cash payments, and the total of estimated cash receipts and opening balance will be same. Okay, so likewise we will have to prepare the cash budget in a scenario wherein cash deficit is given, and it is said in the example itself that if there is cash deficit, the firm has to make necessary arrangement of bank overdraft. Okay, so मित्रांनो, नवीन व्हिडिओचे नोटिफिकेशन मिळवण्यासाठी चॅनलला लाईक, शेअर आणि सबस्क्राईब करायला विसरू नका. धन्यवाद.